We're welcoming here today Neale Hanvey, MP from the Alba party, and we're just going to talk to him first about why he thinks the Assange case is so important.
Well, I think fundamentally freedom of speech is really important, and I think that citizens have a right to know what's really being done in their name. I think that WikiLeaks, or in fact any investigative journalism, might make some people uncomfortable. But if you're uncovering a truth, and that truth needs to be told to the world, then the people who are able to do that should be celebrated, not imprisoned.
And what do you think it means for what's called the democratic system in Britain, that Julian Assange has really lost his liberty since 2010, effectively? And he's now in Belgium in terrible conditions.
Yeah, I mean, I fly into London City when I come down from Scotland, and I fly over Belmarsh, and every time I do that, I think of Julian sitting in that prison, it's absolutely, it's heartbreaking, but it's also it makes me quite angry that someone who had the courage to inform the world of the kinds of things that were being done in our name should be punished, not only for their journalism, but punished in a way that is targeted and particularly pernicious, and the fact that it's questionable, the legality of his extradition is highly questionable. And so it's, I think it's a stain on democracy, it's a stain on freedom of speech. It strikes fear into the heart of journalism and those who believe in freedom of speech and uncovering the sins of the state. We're very good at pointing the finger at other countries who breach international law. Take Russia, for example, and where they are at the moment, depending on your particular view. But we can't say that it's just not a defensible position that our misdeeds can be covered up. It's not acceptable. And so I think what Julian Assange has had to go through is just unthinkable. I can't imagine.
I don't know if you saw his wife's recent article where she talks about their visits to Belgium, how important the children, for instance, have to be sniffed back and forth by guard dogs, as well as in their mouths and ears. This is a 3-year-old, one of them, and you would think that those people who talk quite a lot about human rights would see that there's something wrong going on. I assume other children actually are searched in the same way, and that does not seem to have happened. When the UK parliamentarian tried to visit Julian Assange in Belmarsh, they were stopped. Now, my own personal view, I don't mean to in any way insult is that why don't they fight that? Because there will be more Julian Assanges, and the next one will start from where they stopped with Julian.
No, I think it's a very real risk, and it's very disappointing. There's only a small number of us who get together to speak about this case, and who petitioned to visit Julian in prison. And the point that you make about the way that his family are being treated as they visit him. What do they expect? What is the danger? He's a journalist and they are his children. I mean, what do they think? I mean, it's just ludicrous. And effectively, it's, I think the people who process the family in that way will probably say, well, just do as I'm told. But that complicity tells us, down through history, a very dangerous story. That are just doing as I was told, and the underlying reasons for that we know are about silencing the misdeeds of the West in its exploits. And I don't think that we do monstrous things, regularly. But if they do happen, they must be exposed. And the journalist person who either blows the whistle or writes the story should not be victimised because of their bravery in covering that story.
Has the MP's group thought about legally challenging it in some other way? At least publicise it so that people know they're elected representatives. You can't get into that presidency.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in contact regularly with Berkeley interested in the case, and so we are doing everything we can. What we don't want to do is to make it worse, but it's deeply frustrating that it's not spoken about more widely. I think the fundamental reason because of that is that it's sensitive politically with the United States, a great ally. But we should be able to speak frankly to our friends.
But also, I think the British establishment of both ranks, including the and here we are probably 2 or 3 days away from Priti Patel's decision, after which there are only legal challenges. And, this is emergent, really. Yeah. So, and he's been disciplined. Lots of people have never heard his name. Don't know what he looks like. They say, where is he? We say, well, last Maxine security. And I think the MPs really have to do it's a question of what to do. And I think if you all wrote joint open letters to newspapers, if you suggested that the editors cover this with the urgency, there are things that you can do, and I would challenge that position about the president. I think it's a disaster when our MPs can't get anything who has been judged by the UN rapporteur to be being tortured. I mean,
There aren't any words to defend the position.
No.
As far as I'm concerned, I think it's completely indefensible.
Is it possible for you to book a house so we could have a meeting about it?
I can certainly look into it.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll be very polite-ish.
Well,
But it would be good.
No harm in passion.
Do you have a message for Home Secretary Priti Patel about this case? Could you enlighten her maybe?
I'm not sure that is something I would want to put on film necessarily, but I think she holds Julian Assange's future and effectively his life in her hands, and I think she needs to think very, very carefully about the decision that she is ultimately going to be the individual to make. And I would ask her to think about democracy, to think about freedom of speech, and to defend journalism.
Thank you. There's only one decision.
No extradition! Thank you so much to